What up, though? Y'all know what this is. Top tier podcast. I am Ledge. Let's just get right off into the shit, man. Champion of the year has been announced. Your winner for 2018 was none other than Geechee Gotti. Most people kind of seen that coming, I guess. The top five was pretty solid. I had the same five, but I didn't have it quite in the same order as they did, so I'm not overly too mad at it. Their top five was in order: Geechee Gotti at number 1. Number 2 was Pat Stay. Number 3 was K-Shine. Number 4, Iron Solomon. Number 5, JC. I had K-Shine being champion of the year for me, with Geechee at second. Geechee at number 2. Excuse me. Pat Stay at 3. JC at actually 4, just above Iron Solomon at 5. The reason I switched JC and Iron is because I felt like JC won in the head-to-head, and I feel like that was the only thing really separating them this year. Like, the level of comp was pretty similar. It was just too close to call. So tiebreaker goes head to head. I felt JC won. If you felt Iron won and you get that towards him, I'm not mad at that. The reason I had K-Shine winning. Here's the reason I had K-Shine winning, because we're really splitting hairs with all of this, like between 1, 2, and 3 too as well. Like, I had K-Shine because I just felt he was consistent and he had impactful moments and rounds, and he had an impactful battle. Like, his battle was more impactful than any battle Geechee had. Like, for better or for worse, sure, we going to dismiss J Mills now because he wound up being below average and subpar, but the build up to that battle, the magnitude on that battle, it was courageous for K-Shine to take that battle, because here's why. You win that battle, you're supposed to. But if you lose that battle, you know what it does? It elevates J Mills to people want to see more J Mills. So he put himself at risk of everything, of losing the battle, which ultimately ends his run at champion of the year. Also, it elevates another battler, and it look like a bad loss on your record. And you don't want to be the guy to give steam and credence to the term that an industry guy, or formerly a battle rapper, but primarily over his past 10 years he's been in the industry now. You don't want to make it look like you would have been the culprit of making it look like it was easy to just jump back in the ring. And it would have just been a bad look. So I think on that alone, I give him credit for that. And like I said, it was a big battle. Like, casual fans, kind of know who J Mills is, know what he's about, know what he does. People were looking forward to it. It was deemed as a big battle. I don't think Geechee had anything like that this year. Actually, I think his second most impactful battle would be against K-Shine. As far as name recognition worldwide, I feel like, Geechee didn't have that. And I feel like they both had really good years. I feel like, obviously, let's say if you think the head-to-head that Geechee won, right? K-Shine's bad losses versus a Geechee Gotti in a close battle. Geechee Gotti's loss of the year is an undeniable, non-debated, to me, 30. So, and people are knocking it like, yo, we're giving too much credence to battling A-Ward on the smarter league. I actually think it's worse. Like, that's what makes it worse. Like, it wasn't even a big stage versus a big opponent where you can take the L. That's what got me elevating K-Shine, because if people think K-Shine lost against Geechee, you lost to a really good Geechee on a really big platform. So it's like but you're battling on a small platform, you get 30. It's a bad look. Doesn't look well. Like, You're supposed to go on there and rock out against whoever. So I think you tie in that. And I was looking at the panel, right? So I was watching the panel, listening to the panel closely. Shout out to all those guys. I'm sure they watch a ton of battles as I do. I don't know how. That's another thing I tweeted out. I don't know if these guys, all of them, I don't want to say any names, but I don't know if all of these guys are really watching every battle throughout the year. And I'm talking about, it's important to me that you are watching it during the moment it's released. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't think they all were doing that. I think once they realized they was going to be a part of this process, they might have went back and watched them. But I don't think all of them were doing that. Even like, I don't think everybody on that panel really watched every Danny Myers battle the moment it came out. And I'm not saying the day it dropped. I'm just saying within that time frame. I don't think all of them watched every Bill Collector battle when it came out during that time frame. And I think that matters because just like earlier, somebody was debating about somebody was bringing up Geechee Gotti, and I forgot one of them said, in the beginning of the year, basically, I wasn't a fan of Geechee's, but the more I seen, like, that matters, like seeing the growth and seeing maturity and seeing the ups and downs. So seeing the person in real time battling, whether you think they won or lost, kind of matters too to me. So I don't think they all did that or does that. Another thing is the criteria. I do like the criteria, but I don't know if these guys even had it in the proper order of what should be counted and what should weigh the most. I felt like it came across to me, and correct me if I'm wrong. If you feel a different way, tweet me at podtier, PODTIER. But I feel as though if that they were like a little bit more hell bent on two things, impact and moments. I felt like they were putting much more weight into that. Like, even when they was debating NJT, his placement, like, they weren't trying to keep him at 9 because, they were just trying to, and that's another thing, they kept trying to dismiss his lack of professionalism and lack of just class by not choking in battles, whether he's winning or losing, and flagrantly just not showing up. They were trying to, like, dismiss that to the side because he had big moments. And we're getting into a dangerous state with that shit. And this shit is starting to wear thin with me. Like, I feel like this era, like the past 3 to 4 years, has watered down battle rap because we're only looking for moments and haymakers. Where you got guys blood in, blood out, pinning their shit to be like just to be well received every damn near every bar, every round, every battle. So I'm talking about your JCs and your Irons and your DNAs and your Dannies. Danny, who was all the way back at 17. What a travesty. Shout out to DME Detroit. I feel like I always shout him out, but he's just entertaining and he makes really good points a lot. Like, you got to get past like the voice and the yelling, and he be saying some funny, real shit though. Like, there's no way O-Red had a better year than Danny Myers. We don't have to get into that. I might make a part 2 to get into past the top 10. But back to my original point, I feel like they were just weighing in moments and haymakers and things like that and impact a little bit more than actual material and wins and losses. I felt like that. I felt like material and wins and losses were kind of put on the back burner to some degree. And the moment you start doing that is the moment you start losing me, you start losing your argument with me or your debate with me. That's how I felt about it. I'm not going to give too much flack to Geechee. Like I said, I did have him in my top 3. I had him second. So I can't be too mad at it. But I just don't. I'm the type of person that even if, I might agree with you, I might not agree with the way you campaigned or debated with it. Like, sure, if Geechee is number 1, he's number 1. But the reasoning behind it just seemed to fall off a little flat to me. And another thing, I remember when they was doing impact or moments. Again, it was moments versus between him and Pat Stay. Because what they would do is, for those who didn't tune in, if you guys didn't if the panel didn't come to a consensus on placement between two battlers, on one being higher than the other one, they would go to the criteria and like ask each panel member who would get the nod in this particular category. So for instance, they'll say who had the better performances throughout the year, who had the better material throughout the year, and who had the better moments throughout the year. Things like that. And they were all like saying, oh, Geechee got the better moments. And then people would just say his third round alone. And then somebody would be like, nah, break what moment in that third round was a moment. And to me, they were naming lines, just dope lines. But dope lines aren't moments all the time. Like, dude, I don't think, and I don't want to just be insulting because they watch a lot of battle rap. Like, these guys are really, they do a lot of diligent research and a lot of homework, as I do. So I'm not downplaying what they do, but I think they're caught up in this new age of haymakers and moments. I feel like they're just forcing shit that's moments that's not fucking moments. Like when they bring up Geechee saying the corner swoop you up, that was a dope line, but that's not a moment. It's not like we're gonna be like, hey, y'all remember everybody gathering around and just talk about. A moment is Big Gerald. A moment is, you're just a lost nigga. A moment is NJT taking off his hoodie for the first time. Like, that's a moment. Like, you will never forget that. Like, they were naming shit for Geechee that was, to me, was just dope lines and a dope round. I'm not gonna like call my friends and stop everything and be like, yo, he said the corner swoop you up. What a moment. Like, I'm like, that was a dope line. Like, okay, I'm ready for the next line. So I feel like they were like using a lot of terms way too loosely. Like, you had Tech and Jay Black calling like stuff great that wasn't great. Like, Jay Black said, Red just had a great battle versus Iron Solomon. And I'm like, that battle was so opposite of great. Like when that battle was over with, the last thing I was saying, like, I can't wait to watch this battle again. Like, that's not a great battle. So it was just a lot of errors in getting to this process. So I guess I'm a little bit more turned off by the journey, even though the result wasn't like, it won't cause an uproar, if you will. So yeah, I don't think that these guys did themselves justice by having it live either. Although for entertainment purposes, watching it live was pretty cool. Although it was long as shit. It started at 12:30 Eastern time, didn't end till about 4:30, 4:45 or something like that. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but I know I just looked up and I was like, oh shit, the NFL playoffs started. It's like 4:30 something. Like, why is it still going? I might be in the minority here, but I think I might like it just being taped and filmed in increments, giving us part one or part two. What I probably can do without it being live, because I feel like the judges, the panel needs that. They might need that to reconsider some shit, to think some things through, to really process all of this and not feel rushed to make a decision. I feel like you're putting them under immense pressure when you asking them to like make knee-jerk decisions and cram it within a few hours. Like, let them really sit, let them have as much time as they need to get this shit through. So that might be something they bring upon next year and keep doing that. Also, I did feel the loss of a woman there. Like, I feel like a Hurricane dude could have been back there. Maybe Rain. Maybe one of, I don't really see anybody else. Just those two could have been there. But then again, I don't know if they watch every league as diligently, as focused, as laser sharp intent as they do with leagues such as URL, RBE, King of the Dot. Like, that's where like a Russian Mike was missed. Because I feel like Russian Mike, and I talked about this, and somebody tweeted me back, retweeted me, or quoted me, wherever it was. I think his name was at PR Dude AM. Shout out to him. Shout out to Miss VA's Finest, or Miss VA Finest. Shout out to Tanika Tan. And shout out to Dre Rhodes. All these people I talked to throughout the Champion of the Year process on Twitter. But yeah, PR Dude tweeted me and told me that Russia Mike couldn't make it. So that was understandable. I felt like his presence was needed, though, because I feel like he's unbiased, of course. And like I said, I feel like he watches every league with just as much, I guess just as much not flavor, but just as much intent and just as much, excitement as anybody else does for like these bigger named and bigger leagues. So yeah, a few tweaks here and there, but all in all, it was entertaining to watch. It wasn't really that many heated debates, really. It was good debates. The debate between fourth and fifth between Iron and JC was probably the best like debate, because I felt like them really from start to finish. Like it was such a close battle between fourth and fifth. So I didn't understand that. They lost me when I would say they lost me a little bit before then, when they were trying to place A Ward and Rum, and somebody was trying to debate Loso over Verb. Like things like that was a little concerning. But I think once they got down to, I'll say like that, I would say once they got down to the top 6, maybe things started to play out the way I thought it should have. So again, I'm not totally mad at it, but I do think they need to change some things around. I don't think it should be live again. I also don't think it should be without the presence of a woman there. And not just for like eye candy, like, oh, we need a woman, there's too many niggas there, or white boys, excuse me. But just, women know their shit too. I think women have come a long way in this culture as far as being more than just a pretty face and eye candy. Like they're really knowledgeable. Like it's so many more women watching battle rap than I can recall. Like I've been in Facebook groups from its start when battle rap was before blogging was a thing. Like that's where my roots come from. Like I feel like a lot of these people are new with platforms, like think they know more than you because they got a platform. Like, no, you just like invested more in like equipment. But like we've been talking about battle rap like since 2012, 13, 14. I've been watching battle rap since 2002. And probably earlier than that, because I was getting VHSs of battle raps when it was held here in Detroit. But that's neither here nor there. My knowledge runs deep, so I'm certified. I don't know about everybody else. But anyway, my whole point is I feel like women in battle rap have come a long way, because I remember when I used to get a couple of chicks to watch battle rap, they were just waiting for more like your arsenals. The people who would disrespect you so blatantly, so flagrantly, that didn't result in like breaking down lines and schemes and punches. It was just insults. And like the women I used to hang with used to just care about that. Who can insult you and spread gossip about you? But no, women know bars and structures and rounds and placements and all that shit now. So women should be represented on this panel all the time, in my humble opinion. But that's just me. I also feel that and this is going to be probably the most unpopular opinion of this episode. All right, so listen up. What's up, folks? Ledge here. Just want to talk to y'all real quick about some really dope travel gear from a company named Baboon. Look, we can all use some really nice travel gear on the road, kicking it with our friends, or we need it for business, right? So just check this out. Baboon makes technical duffel bags for all of life's adventures. Their bags use waterproof material, are tear-proof. It will last forever. Every bag comes with free shipping and a lifetime guarantee. Visit baboontothemoon.com and enter code MeSeason to receive 10% off your purchase. That's baboontothemoon.com, code MeSeason. Baboontothemoon.com, code MeSeason. I feel that the fans shouldn't have a right to vote. I don't feel, or if they do vote, I feel like maybe a smaller percentage of their vote should matter. The reason why is because we can't trust. And again, the same way I critique the panel a little bit, I'm gonna critique the fans much more, because I really don't think all the fans that have this say in voting, whether they took the surveys or not, I don't think they're watching all of these battlers as much as they're watching their favorite battler. Like, I don't think the people who really like Geechee and really like K-Shine, I don't think all of these people that had a vote were also watching Danny Myers every battle. I don't think they was even watching all the Pat Stay battles that wasn't on a big stage. Like, I don't think they were watching his battles that didn't have Tay-Rock, Arsenal, and Verb. I just don't. I find that hard to believe. But yet they got a heavy saying who wins. So, I'm not feeling that. I kind of feel like they should go back to the first way they had it. They had women involved, and when it was left up to that panel in the room. Like, I don't think they had to tweak it and get the fans involved, although I guess he had to for financial purposes. So I understand it in that sense. But yeah, I think the fans really fucked it up, because if you look at it, for those who, like I said, for those who didn't watch it, so they opened the show and they show who the fans picked within the top 20 or 30 or whatever, and the fans had guys like Arsenal in there, Hollow was in there, and Tay-Rock was in there. Like, that was just some lazy ass voting and rankings, like, just to throw them in there. And credit the panel for looking at their resumes like, wait, Rock lost a lot of battles this year and got booed. Get him the fuck out of there. Arsenal was good in one battle, meh in like two of the other ones. Get him the fuck out of there. And Hollow, which I'm gonna make another episode about, because I feel like he's going to lose the math, in my opinion. That's just another another episode to talk about for another, because he's been on a decline damn near each battle. Like, I don't feel like his stock isn't going up with me. To me, it's going down. So you gotta get him out of here too. I had him losing to John, and yeah, and he won against Arsenal, but it wasn't vintage, and he doesn't have to be vintage, but it wasn't even just good on the standards of whoever a good battle rapper was. It was enough, and enough for Hollow isn't good to me. But yeah, that's the initial top 20. That's who they had. They had those three guys in there. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who's watching these battles? So to me, it's gonna come down to two things. Either from now on, you're just gonna say, look, we're not gonna front to the people. We're not watching every league, every move you made. So just make it champion of the year based upon the top 4 to 5 leagues. Or actually get people on there who thoroughly watches everything and watches every battle. Because having a fan say, hey, vote, I would say, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to say about 60 to 65% of the people that voted probably only watched, I would say, about a good 4 leagues. And I'm talking about, RBE, URL, King of the Dot, and maybe a Gates of the Guardian or a Bullpen, or excuse me, or a Don't Flop, or excuse me, or a Black Ice Cartel. Maybe one of them, but I don't know, man. I just feel like it's a lot of things that were missed, and the criteria didn't help much of it. It helped some. Like I said, I do like when they did like the tie breaking shit. When he did the tie breaking shit and said, let's go to the criteria board and see who had the better performance between these throughout the year, who had the better material. And I was talking to, it might have been PR Do It Again on Twitter about Pat Stay's placement. It seemed like people had something against him because of his type of material he used. Because his is a little bit more based within comedy and just a little more variety, right? But I don't have a problem with that, because same thing I tweeted out was when battle rapping was basically just roasting anyway. When battle rap first came out, it was about insults and roasting anyway, because that was the true essence of battle rap, to make your opponent feel less than shit, like feel less than. And the best way to do that was to talk about his wardrobe or talk about his personal life or just make fun of him and dog him. That's what it was about to begin with. So it does seem like Pat Stay, and I know we're just shooting the shit right now. I mean, Pat Stay did finish second, so it couldn't be too bad. But, you know, some of the complaints about him just felt like, I don't know, it felt like it had a little more agenda behind it. And I feel like his material shouldn't even be in the same league as Geechee. I think his material is different, but it's still better than me. Like, it's still better than me. Cause my thing with Geechee is, for all his dope material and lines, his shit be kind of like general bars, and I've always wanted to get away from bars that you feel like you can say to anybody, against anybody. His third round versus Shine was really good. His best round of that battle. But because if he switched that and said those lines in a battle against Tech 9, would you be like, oh, no, this is supposed to have been for K-Shine? No, you'd be like, it's a good third round. So I don't know. I think because Geechee is very likable, very, very likable. Like, I can tell why people fuck with him. Like, even, beyond battle rap, he's a really good dude. He seemed mad humble, but like, we giving him a lot of credit for shit that we gave a lot of other people flack for, like having general bars, not being versatile enough, and getting 30. Like, a champion of the year got 30 this year. I don't know. I don't know how that's sitting with everybody. Last year, the champion of the year was a guy who choked in a few battles. This year, it's a guy who got 30 in a battle. And it's tough. It's tough. But again, man, I do want to commend them, because they're going out of their way to try to make battle rap important, and that's all you can ask for. Champion was a success despite any controversy that you felt was there. Like I said, I do think Danny got the shortest end of the stick in this shit. How he's up that, like, how he's back that far in the rankings is just beyond me. It really is. I don't know how O-Red got that. I don't know how O-Red is really even top 15 this year. I don't know. I don't see it. I really don't see it. I actually could have probably moved Ill Will up ahead of him. I think Ill Will had a really good year. I think probably what holds him back is like having a battle judge. And if you guys listen to my last episode, see how impact judge battles have. Like, I forgot one of them said that, like, he does have a loss on record. Like, that counts. Like, there's no debating that. And everybody was just like, yeah, you're right. Like, even if you want to debate it, yeah. Like, that's why I said more judge battles should happen in battle rap this year, man. Starting this year. More judge battles. Because wins and losses brings out the best in competitors. Because if I don't think you get that type of performance between Ill Will and Math if it's just a regular battle. The fact that they both knew that battle was going to be judged, they both brought their A game in that battle. And I think a lot more battle rappers will do that. So, yeah, I really don't have too much more to say. What do you guys think should be the changes going forward? Because I think he threw that out that, this is not guaranteed to happen again next year. Although, I don't see why I wouldn't. I really don't. Like, now that you got the fans to help financially, this should be a yearly thing. I think battle rap needs traditions. Like we need traditions to look forward to. It makes battle rap feel like a real sport. It makes it feel like a real sport. We just do it for 2 years and then stop. I feel like it's just, I don't know. If you guys want battle rap to progress, guys and girls, excuse me. If everybody wants battle rap to progress and go to the next level as they say they do, then they would do the necessary things to make sure that happens by having staples and traditional ceremonies and nominations and awards and all of that good shit to go along with it. Because we need stuff. I was talking to Avocado, not like we had a conversation, but I tweeted him and told him, like, I appreciate his channel Ruin Your Day because it provides shit, battle rap content. And so does Rap Grid. Rap Grid and Ruin Your Day are the best battle rap channels to me because they provide content for real battle rap heads such as myself for things to be going on that doesn't have to do with actual battle rap matches. So when battle rap matches aren't going on, I still want to hear something about battle rap so I can go to watch battles from Ruin Your Day. I can look at Rap Grid's greatest battlers, top 10 moments, or I can watch their best lines of 2018. Just providing content after content after content. And so that's important. So Champion of the Year is important. It's needed. I hope it continues. There should be some tweaks. There should be women added. Maybe it shouldn't be live. Maybe it should be taped and broke down into increments. So, these guys don't feel like they have to rush and condense and just shorten their stance on things and hurry up and come to a decision so they can fit a time frame. Maybe a couple, 2 days or whatever, so they can sit over and mull over their thoughts and then flush it out. Maybe that might be of better use, not only to them, but for the viewers and for just the battlers to feel like these guys are thinking things through. All right. Talk long enough. You guys be well. I am signing out. And as always, keep it battle rap. Love.